Reese Witherspoon stands in the soft Tennessee morning light as it drifts across wide country fields, catching the edges of whitewashed beams, linen curtains, and the quiet stillness of her Nashville farmhouse porch. From that first image, the scene opens into a world shaped by warmth and quiet confidence, a place where Southern roots meet the force of a Hollywood powerhouse. And today, we step into that world to see how she builds her life, her rhythm, and her sanctuary on this stretch of countryland. Reese Witherspoon's story begins in the soft light of New Orleans, where a baby girl was born into a home of books, discipline, and quiet ambition. Her father studied medicine, her mother taught nursing, and Reese grew up surrounded by people who believed learning could change a life. When she was 7, a small local commercial placed her under studio lights for the first time. A moment so simple yet so defining, it pushed her toward acting long before she fully understood why. As she grew older, that early spark carried her into school talent shows, then into Stanford University, where she tried to study English literature. But the pull of storytelling was stronger than any classroom. She left the university with uncertainty in her pocket and a dream that felt too big for someone her age. Hollywood did not open its doors easily. There were weeks with no auditions, months with nothing but waiting, and moments when she wondered if she had made a mistake. But then came a quiet shift. Her role in The Man in the Moon, then Pleasantville, then the sharp, bright breakthrough of Legally Blonde. Reese's charm was unmistakable, and suddenly the industry recognized the discipline hidden behind her sweet Southern image. She became a rising force, moving from comedy to drama until Walk the Line delivered one of her life-changing moments. An Academy Award, a Golden Globe, and a certainty that she was no longer just an actress. She was a storyteller. That realization changed everything. In 2000, instead of waiting for good roles, Reese created them. She launched Type A Films, a small production company with big intention. Over the next years, mergers, partnerships, and bold decisions turned it into Pacific Standard, the company behind Wild and Gone Girl. Hollywood took notice again, but for a different reason. Reese was not simply starring in great stories, she was building them. Then came the turning point that reshaped her entire future. In 2016, she formed Hello Sunshine, a storytelling company built around women's voices and the kinds of characters Hollywood often overlooked. What began as a small creative venture quickly drew attention, expanded into major film and television projects, and grew far beyond the size anyone expected. By 2021, the company reached an extraordinary valuation, marking a major financial milestone in Reese's career. She stayed on as a significant owner, turning her vision into both cultural influence and long-term wealth, a move that quietly transformed her from actress into a true industry force. Through every step, the early auditions, the hits, the misses, the years of building something from scratch, Reese shaped the life she has now, a blend of Southern calm, Hollywood influence, and financial independence earned through vision, not luck. And now, let's explore the Nashville farm that reflects the life Reese has built for himself. Nashville Farmhouse, Southern retreat of quiet luxury. Reese Witherspoon's Nashville Farmhouse unfolds like a Southern daybreak, soft light sliding across pale brick walls, long porches framed by white columns, and a stretch of green lawn that rolls out like a private country field. The estate spans 8,400 square feet, set on 1.23 acres of Belle Meade's historic land, a neighborhood where old Tennessee charm sits quietly behind tree-lined streets. The exterior carries a timeless American elegance, a grand Southern manner with tall windows, a sweeping front drive, and a calm, balanced symmetry. Reese and her husband Jim Toth purchased this property in 2018 for $3.76 million, later transforming it with nearly $1 million in renovations to the kitchen, primary suite, and gardens. The investment shows in every corner: warm brick, gentle landscaping, and a presence that feels both stately and deeply comforting. Inside, the living room opens with warm white walls, vaulted ceilings, and sunlight pouring through French doors. Soft sofas, natural textures, and wooden accents create a space that feels effortless, lived in, and refined without trying. Every detail whispers comfort: framed photographs, simple greenery, and a fireplace that anchors the room like a quiet heart. The kitchen glows brightest: marble countertops, farmhouse cabinetry, brass fixtures, and a long island that anchors the entire home. It is a room built for family life: pancake mornings, holiday dinners, and the easy rhythm of everyday living. Nearby, the dining room softens into a formal, gentle space lit by arched windows and warm evening light. As you move deeper into the house, peacefulness settles in like a soft second skin. Clean hallways, a gracefully curved staircase, and bedrooms shaped in shades of cream and warm wood create the feeling of a retreat. Reese's primary suite is especially serene, airy, uncluttered, and designed with rest at the center. Outside, the grounds open into a private countryside. A stone-lined pool stretches under the Tennessee sun, surrounded by manicured gardens and long lawns that make the entire estate feel like a separate world. The back porch, simple seating, wide-open views, pulls you into the quiet, far away from Los Angeles noise. This Nashville farmhouse reflects everything Reese values at this stage of her life: warmth, stability, southern roots, and the space to slow down. It is a home shaped by natural light and thoughtful design, a place where comfort meets elegance and where the outside world seems to pause at the gate. And as the story settles into the peaceful pace of Nashville, the journey takes us to the shores of Malibu, where a whole other dimension unfolds. House in Malibu. Set high above the cliffs of Malibu, Reese Witherspoon's coastal home feels like a quiet retreat shaped by sunlight, sea air, and the calm rhythm of the Pacific. The property sits on a gentle rise overlooking the ocean, blending modern lines with warm materials that make the entire place feel soft, lived in, and deeply peaceful. From the outside, the house stretches low and wide, framed by large glass walls and natural stone that blend with the hillside. The front path leads toward an open courtyard where the sky, the sea breeze, and the landscaping come together effortlessly. Farther out, a pool sits beneath the open California sky, surrounded by lounge seating and quiet corners designed for slow afternoons and simple gatherings. Inside, the home continues with the same serene energy. The living room is filled with natural light, thanks to sliding glass doors that open directly to the ocean view. Pale wood floors, soft, neutral furniture, and warm textures create a space that feels welcoming without being overly designed. It is the kind of room where Reese can host close friends, read scripts, or simply unwind after long stretches of work. The kitchen carries a modern farmhouse warmth: marble counters, brass details, and a wide island made for family meals and casual moments. The dining area connects seamlessly, lit by the glow of afternoon sun that spills through the windows and reflects off the soft interior palette. Upstairs, the bedrooms face the water, each one framed by large windows and calm, gentle colors. Reese's primary suite is especially tranquil, airy, open, and designed for rest. From here, she has a view that stretches straight out to the Pacific, giving her space to disconnect from work and ground herself again. Outside, the backyard turns the home into a private coastal resort. A long, elegant pool runs beside the patio, a fire pit waits for cool evenings, and the ocean horizon adds a feeling of endless openness. At night, as the pool lights shimmer and the sound of waves drifts upward, the entire home becomes a quiet escape from Los Angeles life. Reese Witherspoon's Malibu home reflects the way she lives today: grounded, balanced, and surrounded by spaces that give her room to think, to breathe, and to enjoy the life she has built. It is not a showpiece. It is a sanctuary, shaped by comfort, natural beauty, and the calm confidence she carries into every part of her world. And from that peaceful Malibu setting, we explore her car collection, the cars that define Reese's daily life. Car collection. She added the Lexus LS to her life during a period when she was juggling film shoots and early business meetings. The sedan became her quiet zone between appointments, a space where the cabin wrapped around her in soft leather and clean silence. She often used it for work commutes around Los Angeles, especially on days when she needed comfort more than anything. Beneath its calm exterior is a smooth V8 engine with around 386 horsepower, moving with a gentle strength that matches her understated approach to luxury. Today, a well-kept model holds a value around $40,000 to $55,000. In that car, the world outside always felt a little softer, a little slower, a little under control. As her family and life expanded, so did her choice of car. The Toyota Land Cruiser came into her driveway when she needed something both powerful and dependable, a vehicle that could handle school drop-offs, weekend trips, and the busy rhythm of raising kids. She used it constantly for family days, usually with bags of groceries in the back and a child's backpack rolling across the floor. Its legendary durability made it a favorite, especially in Tennessee, where she spends quiet time on her farmhouse property. With a current value of around $90,000, the car fits her everyday lifestyle. There were also seasons when she preferred something more modern and environmentally conscious. That is when the GMC Yukon Hybrid became part of her routine. She bought it during a period when hybrid technology felt like the future, choosing it for its lower fuel use and big family practicality. It became her go-to for long family outings, roomy seats, plenty of storage, and a gentle electric-assisted drive that made heavy city traffic easier. Today, its value around $20,000. Reese always treated this one as the everything car, the one she trusted for long days and busy schedules. And when she wanted something with personality, something bold, capable, and a little more fun, she turned to the Land Rover LR4. She purchased it during years when she was constantly balancing filming, events, and travel, using it mostly for days when she needed a strong, confident drive. The cabin, bright and upright, always felt like a small, personal studio on wheels, private, steady, ready for anything. With a current value around $30,000, it became the car she chose for casual outings or afternoons spent moving between errands. Each of these cars mirrors a part of Reese's life: the workdays, the family years, the quiet drives where she found her balance. And now, let's explore the fortune she has built and how it shapes the way Reese lives today. Income and net worth. Reese Witherspoon's financial journey begins with a number that almost feels unreal: $200,000, the amount she earned for Fear in 1996. It was modest by Hollywood standards, but it was the check that taught her she could build a life from acting. 3 years later, Cruel Intentions brought her $250,000, giving her the first glimpse of real financial independence. Then came the moment that shifted her entire trajectory: Legally Blonde. With her rising fame, her salary climbed to $12,500,000 for Sweet Home Alabama, and then $15 million for Legally Blonde 2. From that point forward, she became one of Hollywood's top-earning actresses, consistently receiving $15 million per film. Between 2001 and 2012 alone, she earned more than $120 million in base acting salary, and her total film earnings have now exceeded $250 million. Television pushed her income even higher. For the morning show, she and Jennifer Aniston each earned $1,250,000 per episode, placing them among the highest-paid TV actors in history. During the years she balanced film roles, producing work, and brand partnerships, her total yearly income reached $20 million, 2017 to 2018, and later, $35 million, 2018 to 2019. But Reese's biggest financial leap did not come from acting. It came from ownership. In 2016, she created Hello Sunshine, planting the first seed of what would become one of the most influential storytelling companies of the decade. When Hello Sunshine was valued at $900 million in 2021, Reese remained a major shareholder with roughly 18% ownership. This single business move transformed her from a highly paid actress into a true entertainment entrepreneur with long-term wealth far beyond traditional acting income. Real estate has been another powerful part of her financial story. Over the years, she has bought and sold major properties across Ojai, Malibu, Brentwood, and Nashville, many of them rising dramatically in value. In Nashville alone, she purchased an $18 million estate on 4 acres, proving her shift toward long-term, lifestyle-driven investments. She also owns multi-million-dollar property in the Bahamas and has completed several profitable sales, including a Brentwood home she bought for $15,895,000 and sold for $21,500,000. All of these paths, acting, producing, brand deals, ownership, and real estate, are the reason her net worth stands at approximately $400 million today. It is a fortune built not from a single success, but from layers of decisions, roles she fought for, projects she produced, a company she built from scratch, and properties she shaped into personal and financial foundations. Her lifestyle now reflects that balance, a woman with Hollywood power, Southern calm, and the kind of financial security earned through decades of smart, steady choices. And from the story of her wealth and ambition, we move into something gentler, the generosity she shares, and the impact her success allows her to create. Philanthropy. One of her biggest commitments has been supporting organizations that protect women and families. Over the years, she has contributed more than $1,200,000 to shelters, legal aid groups, and recovery programs. Many centers have said her funding kept them open during their hardest seasons. Her passion for reading and education also became a part of her philanthropy. Through literacy programs and school partnerships, she has donated over $600,000 to bring books, tutors, and creative writing workshops to young girls. When disasters struck, fires in California, floods in Tennessee, Reese stepped in again. She quietly gave more than $350,000 to emergency relief efforts, providing temporary housing, supplies, and direct support to families who lost everything. In recent years, she has expanded her giving to the next generation of storytellers. Reese has funded over $250,000 in scholarships and grants for young filmmakers, especially women who are trying to find their place in a competitive industry. To Reese Witherspoon, charity is not an obligation. It is a way of sending hope back into the world, the same hope that shaped her own journey. And now we move on to her personal life, where Reese lives, loves, and finds balance in a world shaped entirely by her desires. Personal life. Reese Witherspoon's personal life today feels quieter, more intentional, and shaped by the people she chooses to keep close. After her divorce from Jim Toth in 2023, she settled into a new rhythm, one built around her children, her work, and a smaller circle of trusted friends who have stayed by her side through every chapter. Most of her days now revolve around being present for her 3 kids, especially her youngest son, who still lives at home. She splits her time between Nashville and Los Angeles, but Nashville has become the place where she feels the most grounded. She prefers a slower pace there, school schedules, family gatherings, and evenings spent with the people she knows best. Her older children visit often, and Reese is the kind of mother who plans simple moments, helping with projects, checking in on their goals, or just spending time together at home. Her friendships have also grown stronger in recent years. Reese surrounds herself with women she has worked with for years, actresses, writers, and producers who understand both her work and her private world. They meet to discuss ideas, new projects, or simply to support one another through life's changes. These friendships have become her emotional anchor. Her routine is steady and structured. She dedicates long blocks of time to developing new projects for Hello Sunshine, supervising creative teams, reading scripts, and reviewing early cuts of films or series. She loves this part of her life, not the spotlight, but the creation. It is where she feels most like herself. Reese has also been traveling more for short, meaningful trips. Sometimes it is for work meetings with streaming partners or studios. Sometimes it is for quick family getaways when she wants her children to see new places. These trips are practical, intentional, and never about showing off. She chooses destinations where she can think clearly and return home with renewed energy. Outside of work, she has grown more interested in simple hobbies that keep her grounded. She spends time outdoors on her Nashville property, stays close to her sister and extended family, and focuses on routines that help her stay balanced. She enjoys organizing her space, reading new manuscripts, and spending time with her pets. Small habits that keep her life steady and calm. Today, Reese Witherspoon's personal world is built on clarity and choice. She protects her privacy, prioritizes the people who matter most, and shapes her days around family, friendship, creativity, and a quieter kind of strength. It is the life of a woman who has learned how to hold success in one hand and peace in the other, and live fully in the space between them. If you enjoyed discovering this chapter of Reese Witherspoon's life, remember to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. There are many more stories waiting, and together, we'll keep exploring the real lives behind the world's most inspiring stars.